Welcome back, good people. Back with some Monster Hunter Wilds, and today we are going to go over the new changes to Burst Boost. I've been told by several people that Burst Boost has gotten a update, a very good update. Basically a buff to its stats. So I guess they're making old armor more useful so they don't, fade into the wind, become obsolete with all the newer armor. So first we'll just go over, I guess we don't have to go there. Let's go over what Burst Boost does so we have an understanding. Skill info. Ebony Odogoron's power. Burst Boost extends the duration of burst skill and grants attack +8 while burst is active. Burst Boost 2 further extends the duration of Burst Boost skill and grants +18 attack while burst is active. +18 is a big deal. That is a very big deal. The only problem is we have to have 4 pieces in order to get this to proc. To get the +18, we need 4 pieces. But I believe I put together a decent build so we can go over it and try it out and see what we think. So we have Ebony Odogoron, basically head to waist 4 pieces with Steve legs for Adrenaline Rush. Two levels of Adrenaline Rush there. See Guardian Ebony Odogoron waist burst. I wanted to get all the pieces that had bursts for the armor. So basically head, arms, and waist. I wish we only had to use 3 pieces, because I could have definitely used like agitator right here for the chest piece, but we're using what we can, making the most of what we can. So 4 pieces just to even this out, and 2 levels of Adrenaline Rush plus a bit of agitator for the legs with the Steve Greaves, and Talisman level 3 Adrenaline Rush just to have full Adrenaline Rush. So we have Crit Eye 3, Crit Boost 3, Thunder Attack, because I like my elemental damage. Razor Sharp to try to prolong our sharpness so we can stay at high damage as long as we can. Adrenaline Rush 5, Burst 5, because we're using Burst Boost. Counter Strike, so we can get that buff just in case we get knocked down. I've been experimenting with Divine Blessing 3 and 2, just to have a bit more stamina management. I did have Divine Blessing 3 just for survivability, but in this one we're gonna try level 2 and see how we do. And agitator that came with the Steve set, but definitely useful for us so we can get a bit more attack, and it gives us 3% affinity, I believe. So we'll have 20% affinity, which isn't bad. Obviously we want more, but we're still early game. Late game builds will have most of this stuff maxed out, so can't wait till master rank, till when we can make those OP builds. I'm looking forward to that. So agitator 1 just for now, and the affinity we have. So monster gets mad, we get that extra 3%, be at 20% affinity while we go at it. Stamina Surge is working out pretty well as far as stamina management. Gives us that nice burst of stamina recovery. So I do like Stamina Surge in there. Marathon Runner, swap 1 point of Divine Blessing with Marathon Runner level 1. So we'll just have some kind of mitigation from our stamina drain so we can stay in demon mode for longer. and so we don't run out of stamina, so we don't get punished for not having stamina, because that can be a thing. And earplugs, I believe, was just one of the pieces of the ebony Odogaron pieces. So that about rounds out the build. So we go over the damage that it produces. You see, 454, we get hit with Counter-Strike, it can get to 489. So just wait. Just gotta run out again. You see, we're sitting at 489 attack, just right there. That's without agitator, even though it only gives us +4 damage, but it does put us at 495 attack. So I do like that. And then if we add the evasion mantle on, let me get hit again so we can get the buff. Oh, it's still active. Counter-Strike level 3 lasts pretty long. As you can see, we're at 558 attack, which is pretty nasty, pretty high attack. And if we add agitator onto that, let's get this going again. See, we're at 564 attack with 528 element and 20% affinity. Obviously, we want to be higher, but high attack seems to be, you know, working pretty well in this game. I've tried affinity builds. I do have a high affinity build that I want to try out, but it just seems the affinity isn't as potent. I believe affinity does cause more wounds to happen, but it's just like the damage just isn't there. So I'm kind of liking going high damage and then adding affinity on top of it for now. But obviously when we are able to get more affinity gaining skills, then our builds will be rounded out even nicer, and the times will be getting even shorter on our hunts. Like, it'd be nice if if they created a skill where if your stamina continuously drains, you'll start gaining stamina. Basically the opposite of maximum might. But I don't know if they have that kind of skill in their, you know, thoughts. But we'll just have to see upon further expansion. But that basically rounds out the build. Let's go over it again. We just have to get knocked, get that buff from Counter-Strike with 357, Adrenaline Rush. So it puts us at 564, sorry, with the evasion mantle on. And since they updated the mantles where they'll reset mostly when you restart your hunts, well, they'll restart faster, they'll recharge faster. So you can have evasion mantle on more often than not when you are hunting for these 9-star monsters. But let's go in the field and test this baby out. And I have to test to see if level 2 Divine Blessing will, you know, be decent, basically, for you know, swapping marathon runner for that. So let's see. Hunted too many Steves. Army says Arkville. Let's hunt a Ray Dow. Even though Ray Dow kind of jacked me up in the last video that I posted, which I didn't think would have happened, but it happened. But it's all right. It's all right. We'll get better. We can get better, right? And for some reason, every time I fight a Ray Dow, Steve is nearby. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but it is a thing. Just want to see if I can get some meter before they do their thing. Invasion messes up. Yes. And I need to get some more stamina. All right. Don't like me, huh? Kind of hurt. Ow. Well, let's heal up. More meter helps. Yes, boy. I'm liking things. It didn't let me continue with that. It's a little weird. Wow. What was that? What was that? Let me restock my pride because that did a lot to it. That did a lot to my pride. Just wow, like I've never thought that would happen. Oh, do you ignore? So the damage is there. Damage is definitely there. So is the jankiness. Get that meter back. They said, just run out of meters, sir. We'll take care of the rest. didn't get hit that time. That's wonderful. Adrenaline rush activated, but not the skill. A lot going on right now. And more hills. More hills. Not a fan of hills in this game. The one way for a monster to have a true advantage on you, put it near a hill.
This way, this way! Wow, we sure got here fast.
There's a trap nearby.
Oh, right! Perfectly placed!
There's a wound on the leg. Maybe we can take advantage. What did I get hit by? What did I get hit by? I am so confused on what I got hit by. I saw that. Thank you, buddy. You're the only thing that makes sense sometimes in this game. There we go.
Great job, partner!
Ah, boy. Well, aside from the cart, you know, it feels good. The build definitely feels pretty good. The damage is definitely there. It's just, you know, stamina. It's mainly just the stamina. Dipping and dodging sometimes and having to deactivate demon mode can be a pain sometimes, but the build feels good. I do see the damage despite having, you know, not as much agitator as I would like, but the plus 18 to attack definitely with burst boost, it definitely helps out a lot in that department. So, and again, it's outperforming my my previous set. I get with Counter-Strike, I get the additional 25%, well, 25%, 25 attack, which is great. So I think I was at 540, something like that. Highest attack I can get with the evasion mantle, and this one puts us at like 564. So definitely, you know, definitely worth using. I mean, if we can get the right charm, who knows, we can take it to another level. But it might be tough with level 3 adrenaline rush. I'm not sure if that exists anywhere just yet. I've seen a lot of attack charms and whatnot, so. But yeah, you know, burst boost looks like it is back, so it might be probably the best option to go for dual blades as far as damage output. So yeah, burst boost is definitely a viable option again, which is great. It gives us more variety for our builds. I would definitely try to experiment with burst boost to level 1 just to see if that can suffice. If we can have the +8 and just still rock out with a couple of different pieces, maybe higher affinity. I think I've tried mixing it with the Steve set, so you'll have extended duration on burst boost and on adrenaline rush, and you'll have the Razor's Edge buff as well. So I have to see how much damage output that's getting and see what other skills I can add to it to see if we can extend that further. But that's going to be it from me for this video. Hope you enjoyed, hope you found it useful. I'd like to thank you for watching. As always, do the proper thing, like, share, subscribe, tune into future videos, and I will see you then. Peace.